Need a ride? My carriage is the safest way to travel.
Solitude's been the capital of Skyrim as long as I can remember. Most of the High Kings of Skyrim were Jarls of Solitude first. Well, let's see, what else? The Bard's College is here, and the main office of the East Empire Company. If you need it, you can get a room for a fair price at the Winking Skeever, just inside the main gate.
See ya.
We are creatures of the desert. The north wind chills us to the bones. The roads of Skyrim lead to many dangers. I welcome you, friend. How may I serve you? Quite the opposite, in fact. The soldiers are some of our best customers, for we offer supplies and wares they cannot obtain by other means. It was Risad's idea to come here now, while the land is in turmoil. Where others saw only danger, he saw opportunity. He hired the others and paid for my goods. I am allowed to run the caravan, but I pay Risad a percentage of my profits. I say this without bitterness, for it was Risad who saved me from a life of servitude aboard a trading ship. I am grateful to have the life that I do now. It is a far cry from my days as an orphan on the streets of Corinth. Take a look.
If you've come to Solitude to join the Legion, speak to Rika. If not, just keep your nose clean while you're here, or you'll end up like Rogvir. You're just in time to say hello to Rogvir. He's the sorry bastard who's going to be executed. A gate guard who let Ulfric Stormcloak escape the city after he killed the High King. There's no greater honor than to serve. If you're serious about enlisting, speak to Legate Rika in Castle Dower.
Hurt Uncle Rogvir. Tell them he didn't do it.
Positions.
Sorry, you need to go home. Go home and stay there until your mother comes.
Lock the city gate.
You should tell her that her uncle is scum that betrayed his High King. Best she know now, Advar.
You betrayed
Get
us!
on with it! Rogvir, you helped Ulfric Stormcloak escape the city after he murdered High King Torig. By opening that gate for Ulfric, you betrayed the people of Solitude.
He doesn't deserve to speak!
There was no murder. Ulfric challenged Torig. He beat the High King in fair combat. Such is our way. Such is the ancient custom of Skyrim and all Nords.
Boo!
Very well, Rogvir. Bow your head.
On this day, I go to Sovngarde. A traitor right up to the end.
I still can't believe he knew what he was doing when he opened that gate.
I guess it's all over. I expected... I don't know what I expected.
That's definitely going in my part of the Edda.
Rogvir, why did it have to be like this?
Yes?
Not right now.
We should have drawn it out some more. He deserved a slower death. It shouldn't have been like this.
caravan opens a gate and they cut his head off? Doesn't seem right to me.
Some gate guard you were!
I'm waiting. For me? From whom? Well now, that is something. Hand it over, please. Oh no. I hadn't heard from Gorm for a while, so I'd hoped he'd given up his little scheme. The last time we discussed this issue was before the Standable War broke out. Things were different then. Now, what he's asking, it's just impossible. Even if it worked, the questions and accusations it would cause, well, I'll take it under advisement. Thank you. Keep my men in your prayers. They'll need them if they don't shape up.
A coin or two for a veteran? It's not much to ask. Not now.
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
What do you need, my friend? Until next time. Good afternoon. Until next time.
If you need a good rumor or two, I think I can oblige. Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend. Well, as it turns out, I had a pet skeever when I was a boy, and he used to wink. They were smaller back then. Take a look. What do you need? Really? You're who she picked? I hope she knows what she's doing. Here's the deal. I can smuggle some equipment into the embassy for you. Don't plan on bringing anything else in with you. The Thalmor takes security very seriously. Give me what you can't live without, and I'll make sure to get it into the embassy. The rest is up to you. You're asking me? She promised that she was sending someone who knew what they were doing. If you actually want to get out alive, I'd bring whatever you need to move quietly and kill quickly. I'll give you a few more minutes. I can't wait here all day. It's my neck on the line, remember? You ready yet? I need to get back before I'm missed. Remember, you won't have anything except what I smuggle in for you. Okay, I'll get this inside the embassy for you. I've got to go. I'll find you at the party. Don't worry. Your job is to get into the party without being fingered as a spy. I'll take care of the rest.
Have you given Malborn the gear you want to smuggle into the embassy? Good. I have your invitation to the party. But the only way you're going to get past the guards is if they really believe you're an invited guest. Which means you need to look the part and not be armed to the teeth. Here, put this on. When you're ready, I'll keep the rest of your gear safe until you get back. You'll only have what Malborn smuggled in for you, plus whatever you can pick up inside. I guess that will have to do. You should pass for a real guest, at least until you open your mouth. Ready to board the carriage to the embassy? Don't worry, it will all be waiting for you when you get back. Just make sure you get back out of there alive with the information we need. Good luck.
Ah, a fellow latecomer to Ellen's little soiree. And arriving by carriage, no less. I salute you, sir. My lateness is due more to getting lost on the way up this god's-forsaken mountain than to any desire to actually arrive late. I prefer to arrive early, often the day before the party, so as not to miss out on any of the drinking.
Please, you first. I insist.
There's not enough drinking in the world today, wouldn't you agree? I will just
Welcome
rest
to the
here.
Thalmor Embassy. Your invitation, please.
Cold out here.
Thank you, sir. Go right in.
Now then, here's my invitation. I don't have a poison dagger strapped to my thigh, etc., etc.
I'm just doing my duty, sir. Everything's in order. Welcome back, sir.
Yes, yes. Now, to find myself a drink.
Please proceed into the embassy.
Well, and you are? Please, tell me more about yourself. What brings you to this? What is... Welcome. I don't believe we've met. I am Elenwen, the Thalmor ambassador to Skyrim. And you are? Ah, yes. I remember your name from the guest list. Please, tell me more about yourself. What brings you to this... to Skyrim? What is it, Malborn?
It's just that we've run out of the Alto wine. Do I have your permission to uncork the Arenthia Red?
Of course. I've told you before not to bother me with such trifles.
Yes, Madam Ambassador.
My apologies. We'll have to get better acquainted later. Please, enjoy yourself.
What can I get for you? You made it in. Good. As soon as you distract the guards, I'll open this door and we can get you on your way. Let's hope we both live through this day. Mm-hmm. What can I get for you, sir? What can I get for you, sir?
Welcome. I don't believe we've met. I am Elenwen, the Thalmor ambassador to Skyrim. And you are? Ah, yes. I remember your name from the guest list. Please, tell me more about yourself. What brings you to this... to Skyrim? What is it, Malborn?
It's just that we've run out of the Alto wine. Do I have your permission to uncork the Arenthia Red?
Of course. I've told you before not to bother me with such trifles.
Yes, Madam Ambassador.
My apologies. We'll have to get better acquainted later. Please, enjoy yourself.
What can I get for you? You made it in. Good. As soon as you distract the guards, I'll open this door and we can get you on your way. Let's hope we both live through this day. Good day. Yes, what do you need? What can I get for you, sir?
What does a fellow need to do to get a drink around here? You must be new around here. Bad manners to ask such a direct question at one of Elenwen's little soirees. But I have nothing to hide. I'm in from the south on business. And if you want to do business in Tamriel these days, well, you'd better get used to cozying up to the Thalmor, like it or not. My friend, you are very perceptive. I have a powerful thirst that cannot be slaked. And none of the waiters will bring me a drink. Elenwen must have told them to cut me off, that frigid bitch. Afraid I'll cause another scene, I suppose. I need another drink.
We're not supposed to talk to the guests.
What does a fellow need to do to get a drink around here?
The degeneracy of the Empire is on display here in this room. There is peace now, and that peace will continue for as long as it suits our needs. But make no mistake, this is not a peace forged out of necessity between rival nations of equal strength. It is more like the calm between storms, and the next storm, I think, will be far deadlier than the last. All right then.
Yes, what do you need? What can I get for you, sir?
The degeneracy of the Empire is on display here in this room. All right then. At least Ulfric's men are willing to fight for their principles, barbaric as they may be. All right then. It's only a matter of time before your whole rotten empire collapses of its own decay. No offense. There are those in the Empire who would wish to evade their obligations to help root out the Talos heresy. Fortunately, those most opposed to the Emperor's wise policy have now branded themselves traitors as well as heretics. I am here to remind the ruling classes of Skyrim that their loyalty to the Emperor requires cooperation with the Thalmor. All right then. It's a necessary part of my job to mix with the upper classes of Skyrim, such as they are. I lead the Justiciars. We are charged with enforcing the ban on Talos worship. Nords can be quite stubborn. They're slow to change their ways, and we find more heretics every day. But mark me well. I will purge the heresy from this land as surely as the flame burns the flesh from the bone. Until next time.
The Great War is long past. It's time the Empire and the Aldmeri Dominion put aside their differences. Prosperity is good for everyone.
Now here's a face I did not expect to see. Be mindful, for you walk among adders. There are words spoken and words unspoken. Beware these, Thalmor, for they are adept in both languages. For this reason, I avoid them when I can. Fair faces and fine food are well and good, but honesty is rarely so pleasing. May wisdom light your path.
For the man who knows how to make money, war can be a most profitable venture. But not every Nord is obsessed with strength, honor, and skill at arms. A rare few are born with a gift for making money. My investments are my strength, and my wealth is my weapon. As for honor, well, there are some luxuries even I can't afford. You must be new to Skyrim, or you'd already know who I am. I have a stake in most anything of importance in Solitude. I feel that it's time to put aside the grievances of the past and let peace and prosperity flourish between the Empire and the Aldmeri Dominion. I try to do my little part. Besides, just between you and me, it's making me pots of money. Very well then. There's a likely-looking filly, even if she is an elf. You there, serving girl! What's your name, dear?
Ah, Brayler, sir. Do you need a drink? Something to eat?
No, that's not what I'm interested in right now. I just wanted to get a better look at you. I like what I see, my dear. And believe me, I don't say that to everyone. I'm very discriminating when it comes to the female form.
Ah, thank you, sir. Was there anything else I could do for you?
Oh, not at the moment. Maybe later. Don't go far.
Yes, sir.
I trust that this is just the beginning of a long and mutually beneficial relationship. Please, help yourself to more wine. Of course not. One does not gather the most important men and women of Skyrim, and then serve them cheap ale and stale bread.
Many hours in council.
This is only a taste of the benefits that accrue to those that align themselves with Thalmor interests. Quite often, yes. The only thing I enjoy more than luxury is sharing that luxury with those who can appreciate it. But I also enjoy learning the latest gossip and hearing the most intriguing rumors.
Heard anything interesting lately? Any news?
One of my main duties is to foster a better understanding between the Aldmeri Dominion and the people of Skyrim. I also oversee the activities of the Thalmor Justiciars throughout Skyrim, although this has been most unfortunately disrupted by the war.
When she struck an iceberg and Captain Safia can't afford the repairs.
The Thalmor Justiciars are so often misunderstood. Our primary goal is to preserve the peace between the Empire and the Aldmeri Dominion. The worship of the false god Talos contributed to the unfortunate friction that led to the Great War. Following the Great War, the White Gold Concordat set out the terms for peaceful coexistence between the two powers. The Empire and the Dominion agreed that the worship of Talos was a relic of the past and must be eliminated in the interests of peace. But I'm sure you didn't come here for a lecture on high politics. I also oversee the as long as the Empire continues to uphold its treaty obligations. My government does not concern itself with the internal politics of Skyrim. Do enjoy yourself.
Doing something like that with dragons on the loose and a war going on.
I hope you're enjoying yourself.
Just between us, I've got more important things to do than attend these meaningless parties. Is it that obvious? I should take pains to seem more happy. I wouldn't want to upset our host. But the truth of it is, I have a mountain of paperwork back in Windhelm, and it's not getting any smaller. I just hope this party doesn't drag on all night. Ill luck. I'm a busy man, and I don't have time for this sort of frivolity. But at the same time, I don't dare refuse an invitation from Elenwen. Goodbye, Victoria, there's someone I'd like you to meet.
It's very nice to meet you. You'll have to excuse Orthus here. He so rarely gets back to civilization. Stuck in Windhelm, poor fellow. Don't worry, Orthus. I'm doing my best to get you reassigned to Solitude.
Oh, don't worry about me. I relish the challenge.
Please, help yourself to more wine.
I hope they'll serve the roast venison with bittergreen sauce.
I find
that we
these
had
parties
last
such a
time.
dreadful bore.
That was delicious. I couldn't have said it better myself.
The East Empire
It's been some
Company
time
has
since
interests
I've
all
had news
across
from elsewhere
Tamriel,
in Skyrim.
inside and
What
outside
have
the
you heard?
Empire's borders.
Well, there might
We
be
try
one
not
or
to get
two,
involved in
but I've heard
politics.
that the feud between the Grey
However,
Maids
as
and
the head of the
Battleborns and
company, it's
Whiterun-
my job to make sure we maintain good relationships with
Frolya
prospective
Grey
partners and
is convinced that
investors.
the Battleborns have abducted one of her sons.
A delicate question, to be sure. I'm the Emperor's cousin, and the Empire has little love for the Thalmor.
Many hours in council meetings.
On the other hand, the Thalmor have considerable funds and are looking to expand their shipping. I haven't signed any deals yet, but I'm sure my cousin would want a cut if I do. What better way to soothe his wounded pride?
The Grey Quarter in Windhelm is little better than a
Come and
slum.
visit me in Solitude
It's shameful
sometime.
that the Dark Elves are made to live that way.
I know just what you mean. Heard anything interesting lately? Any news or gossip?
Well, there may be nothing to it.
Did you see that serving girl? I hear elf women are insatiable.
Convinced that the Battleborns have abducted one of her sons.
Really? Yes, maybe that would be just the thing. She seemed to be playing hard to get when I spoke to her earlier. Go on.
The dragons
See
frighten
what she
your
says.
people as much as they're frightened.
Now you've gone and gotten my hopes up
I've
again.
spent many hours in council meetings lately grappling with that problem.
With any luck, a worthy
I don't recall seeing you at one of these
solve all our
before.
problems,
And I
just
know
like
everyone who's anyone in Skyrim. See that disgusting drunk over there? A high-ranking official in the East Empire Company, believe it or not. We have a relationship of mutual respect. I care little about the politics and rivalries between the Thalmor and the Empire. But I do respect power, and the Thalmor have that. They leave me alone, and I leave them alone. To maintain relationships. By the way, I don't know who you are, but unless you want me to blow your cover, I'd advise that you avoid me for the rest of the party. Until next time.
I could learn a lot from the people in this room.
The Grey Quarter in Windhelm is little better than a slum.
I beg your
Shameful
pardon?
Dark Elves are made to
You
live.
must have me mistaken for someone else.
I agree with
I am Elisif,
Have you heard any
widow of
news
High
from the
King
other
Torygg
houses
and
now?
Jarl of Solitude.
Well, there might be
Lucky for
nothing
you,
to it,
I possess
but
a
I've
forgiving
heard that the
nature,
feud between
and
the
I'm not
Grey
easily
Maids and
insulted.
the Battleborns in Whiterun has grown ugly.
Very much so, yes. Elenwen's parties are always so elegant. She really has impeccable taste. My only regret is that she doesn't host them more often. It was a pleasure, thank you.
Between the dragons and
Why
the
would
Stormcloaks,
anyone join the
my
Stormcloaks?
company
They have a fraction of the Empire's wealth and
Huh.
power.
Erica, right? He was talking to me earlier. I could tell what he was after.
and the divine.
I hate working these parties. Some of the guests are nice, but there's always a few like Erica. Please tell him to leave me alone. Politely. I'm sure you'll have better luck getting through to him than I would.
And we once again have peace.
I'll not argue that. Heard any interesting gossip lately?
Well, there might be nothing to it, but I've heard that the feud between the Greymanes and the Battleborns in Whiterun has grown ugly.
It's a necessary part of my job to mix with the upper classes of Skyrim.
Have you talked to Braylus yet? I'm not a patient man, you know.
Difficult to get provisions lately. I can scarcely feed the staff in my palace.
What?
I've spent many
That
hours
little
in council
tease,
meetings lately, grappling with
leading
that
me
problem.
on and turning cold at the last minute. I don't think so. So, you think you can toy with me, is that it? No, my dear, I have my heart set on you, and I always get what I want.
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression earlier. I meant no disrespect.
Oh, don't worry. I'll let you make it up to me. Now, where can we go for a little privacy,
No, I'm sorry, but I can't go anywhere with you. I won't. Please, I must get back to my duties.
Don't you dare walk away from me, you slut! Do you know who I am?
Please, sir. Leave me alone.
Now you're going to be sorry you crossed me. Elenwen, this servant girl has been throwing herself at me in a most disgusting manner.
Is that so, Erica? And you with such delicate sensibilities. It must have been most upsetting.
I demand that you have this wench removed from my presence at once.
Well, whatever the truth of it, I'm sure a few words with Master Relindel will have a salutary effect. Take her downstairs.
Yes, Madam Ambassador.
Mr. Seldenwyn, it's not
I hope
true.
you're
I
enjoying
did nothing.
yourself.
Sir,
One thing everyone can agree on. This war is bad for business. Come and visit me in Solitude sometime.
what did you tell him? Why did you do this to me?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm on duty.
What did you tell him? Why did you do this to me?
Well, I'm glad that little unpleasantness is over.
Are the dragons frightening your people as much as they're frightening mine?
We've had the same troubles.
We must keep faith in ourselves and the Divines. I admit, I've never felt entirely at ease in the Thalmor embassy. For now, perhaps. But I've heard disturbing rumors that they're marshalling their strength. I suspect the treaty that ended the war was just a tactic to buy time so the Thalmor can rebuild their armies. I hope I'm wrong. I'm not sure the Empire can afford another war. Well enough, I suppose. Elenwen puts a great deal of effort into these parties, and it shows. I just wonder what her real motivations are. That woman is inscrutable. Good speaking with you.
Are you enjoying the party?
Very much so. And
One thing everyone can agree on. This war is bad for business.
I heard
a ruler is entitled to luxury, don't you think? The Thalmor understand that.
I'll not argue that. Heard any interesting gossip?
Yes, I know what you mean. Most Nords struggle to accept change. Those who fought the Thalmor in the Great War still see an enemy. But that war is over, and a new day has dawned. Besides, the Thalmor reward their friends richly. Anyone who doesn't take advantage of that is a stubborn fool.
Of course she would never admit such a thing.
I've known her long enough to appreciate her excellent taste in food and wine. And also long enough to respect her importance to Skyrim. She plays a vital role in rooting out the forbidden worship of Talos. As far as I'm concerned, those Talos worshippers get what they deserve. All they do is cause problems for me and the other Jarls.
My coffers are running dry. These are troubling times.
Until
indeed.
later, then.
See that disgusting drunk over there? A high-ranking official.
It's been a brutal winter. I can't remember the last time it was this cold and for this long.
I couldn't agree more. By the way, have you heard any interesting rumors lately?
The hospitality of the Thalmor embassy is at
I
your
did hear
service.
something rather interesting the other day. Apparently, the Red Wave has been docked in Solitude for well over...
I hope you're enjoying yourself.
A ruler is entitled to luxury, don't you think? The Thalmor understand that. And Captain Safia can't afford the repairs. Of course, she would never admit such a thing. Captain Safia is far too proud a woman for that. A ruler is entitled to luxury, don't you think? The Thalmor understand that.
Have you found it difficult to get provisions lately? I can scarcely feed the staff in my palace.
I've spent many hours in council meetings lately grappling with that problem.
These are troubling times indeed. If your eyes and your ears are open, and your mind is free of judgment and expectation, You might learn much in this chamber. May wisdom light your path.
There's nobody to hunt down.
My ears are always open to a friend's request.
You speak truly.
Nothing would please me more. I'll keep their eyes away while you do what you came here for. An old woman can get away with almost anything.
They never falter. Even when every other farm in the whole is barely scraping by, the harvest at Workstead is always bountiful.
Right here. I see it in your face.
The blessings of the divines?
Behind your eyes. Get away! Get away from me!
Hmm? Did you say snakes? Where? I hate them
gone,
always
sir.
slithering the way
Be
they
gone
do.
from this
What?
house
Are they
and
on me?
trouble it no more. Beware of the serpent in your midst. Beware, O people of Skyrim.
Razlan, and you promise to behave yourself.
Before anyone notices us.
Remove him. He's disturbing the other guests.
I protest. This
Yes,
is an
Madam
insult to
Ambassador.
the dignity of my person. This time I'm completely innocent.
Dear me, all this trouble over me, I think I was confused. There's no harm.
So far, so good. Let's hope nobody saw us slip out. We need to pass through the kitchen. Your gear is hidden in the larder. Just stay close and let me do any talking. Got it? Follow me.
Who comes, Malvern? You know I don't like strange smells in my kitchen.
A guest feeling ill. Leave the poor wretch be.
A guest? In the kitchens? You know this is against the rules.
I've spent many hours.
Rules, is it, Zavani? I didn't realize that eating moon sugar was permitted. Perhaps I should ask the ambassador.
Get out of here. I saw nothing.
Your gear is in that chest. I'll lock the door behind you. Don't screw this up. I need to lock the door behind you, or the patrols might notice something's wrong.
It pleases me to hear you say so.
I need to lock the door behind... Or the patrols might notice something's wrong.
I hope they'll serve the roast venison with green stuff that we had at the last party. That was delicious.
Hurry it up. I've got to get back before I'm missed.
By the way, have you heard any interesting rumors lately? Well, there might be nothing to it, but I've heard that the feud between the Grey...
Good
Did
luck.
you see those robes
You're on your
marching
own
this
now.
morning? Who are they with? More of the emissaries' treaty enforcers? No, they're high mages, just in from Alinor. I guess herself is finally getting worried about all the dragon attacks. Ah, good. I've been wondering how we were supposed to defend this place from a dragon. If a dragon does show up, maybe we'll get lucky, and it will eat the mages first. Might give us enough time to kill it. Ha! I'd like to see those arrogant bastards taken down a notch. Always looking down their noses at us lowly foot sloggers. Well, we'd better get back to our rounds.